The world stands on the brink, and the highest power circles can no longer ignore your name. The elite aren't just whispering about you, they're battling for you. The wealthiest, the ones who shape economies and control nations, are stepping forward, eager to finance your vision. Not out of charity, but necessity. They've seen what others missed, the power you hold. This isn't about politics, it's about survival. Chaos looms, but you and Trump stand as the last line between order and destruction. The world is watching. The clock is ticking. Will you rise? This is about more than simply money. It's about legacy, influence, and a change in power they never saw coming. Realizing that you are the future, the most influential people in the world are prepared to go to any lengths to be seated at your table. The world is watching, and power knows power. There have always been people in history who overcame adversity, changed industry, and changed the path of human advancement. Before their impact became unavoidable, they were the outsiders, the visionaries, and the ones who were rejected by the established quo. From philosophers who reshaped culture to revolutionaries who upended whole economies, their paths were characterized by rejection, hardship, and finally success. Now you stand with them. Perseverance, resiliency, and an everlasting faith in something bigger than yourself have defined your path, which is similar to theirs. Every obstacle you've encountered and every door that has been forced shut has just made you more determined. Unquestionably, the world senses that you are about to experience something significant. Every generation has summoned someone like you to tilt the scales in the age-old conflict between light and darkness. The world is in dire need of those who have the courage to confront corruption, scrutinize antiquated structures, and spark change. Those who hold on to the past are uneasy, and the comfortable are disturbed by your presence. Your power comes from your own being, an unstoppable force that compels respect and attention, not only from your ideas. You are a requirement, not an exception. The individuals who used to disregard you are now paying careful attention to what you do next, as the tides are turning. The pattern of your ascent is the same as that of your predecessors. It's nothing new to encounter doubters, gatekeepers, and skeptics. Every real inventor has to deal with this unavoidable opposition. But don't be misled. The world needs you because people are looking for something genuine, and the old systems are becoming more and more broken. You are the solution they've been anticipating, the upheaval they hoped would occur but dreaded. It's about playing a part that history has been preparing you for all along, and it's not just about you. Are you prepared to dive right in? Predictability, control, and a meticulously kept status quo were the cornerstones of old money. However, your presence exposes the flaws they have tried so hard to hide and upends their carefully crafted world. Their whole world is rocked by your actions, making them face hard realities they can no longer deny. They see in you a power that cannot be purchased, controlled, or subdued. You stand for an uncontrollable future that is fueled by originality, honesty, and an unwillingness to fit in. They are frightened by it. Their hold loosens with each daring move you make, and the appearance of their unstoppable might starts to fade. Your activities have an impact that extends far beyond financial institutions and boardrooms. Your decisions put into question long-standing structures, ranging from antiquated corporate structures to political structures intended to maintain a small number of people in positions of power. Communities are realizing possibilities they never thought possible. Governments are reevaluating regulations, and industries are being compelled to adapt. You are redefining what is possible, not merely upending the status quo. With every stride you take ahead, you establish a new standard that demands attention and drives change, and the world watches as you smash down walls they previously thought were insurmountable. But opposition is a part of change. The old guard will battle to the death, and they will do all it takes to avoid your influence. They will try to undermine your reputation, sway opinions, and erect barriers to slow you down. However, their dread is evidence of your influence. They are aware that they can't outsmart, outwork, or outlive you. Your vision, your fortitude, and your capacity to look beyond their constraints are now posing a threat to everything they have created over many generations. Their trembling is an acknowledgement of their impending doom, not only a response. The challenge is, How will you keep using your ability to change the world? The power brokers are closely observing your every action behind closed doors in elite circles, both fascinated and uneasy. They see something that is beyond their control, a force, a vision, an unwavering determination that challenges their established order. Your name takes center stage in strategic meetings and whispered chats. In an attempt to win your favor before it's too late, they maneuver in the shadows, planning deceptive actions to align themselves with you. They are unable to turn away because they are aware that people who dare to stand alone gain strength, and you are doing exactly that. They see you as an opportunity as well as a danger. Why are they so obsessed? It's not just your thoughts, it's how you present them. Their obsession stems from the psychology of authenticity, which they are unable to duplicate. To keep their position, they have spent decades manipulating riches, creating influence, and creating images. They are disturbed by the fact that you are here, unaffected by their tactics, and rising without their consent. They are enthralled by your capacity to demand attention without pleading for it, and they are attracted to the unadulterated, unquestionable power of your presence. They know that influence is something you have to gain, and you are doing it at a rate that is faster than theirs. However, the unwritten rules of this game are brutal, and the stakes are great. Power brokers will do whatever it takes to keep you in their sphere of influence, including making friendship-based arrangements, posing as favors, and forming connections that seem too good to be true. They try to infiltrate themselves into your story and gently tip the scales in their favor. They don't understand, however, that you aren't following their rules. You are able to discern their actions, their covert motivations, and their frantic efforts to catch up to you. They are observing you, but you are also observing them. The difference is that you are aware of your precise destination. Your greatest strength in a world where authority is often used with brutal ambition is something others cannot comprehend: your steadfast moral compass. You move with clarity and purpose, driven by an unwavering sense of integrity, while others compromise, manipulate, and lie to go higher. What distinguishes you and makes your idea irresistible is this: your choices are motivated by a deeper desire to build something important that will endure beyond fads and short-term power grabs, not by greed or short-term gain. Every action you perform demonstrates the sincerity of your intentions, and those who formerly undervalued you are now attracted to your unquestionable genuineness. Your moral compass is your best defense against the evil forces that try to thwart your goals. It is more than simply a compass. The temptations are innumerable: partnerships that give power at the expense of your principles, shortcuts that promise quicker achievement, and diversions intended to divert you from your actual mission. But you don't change. You realize that your legacy and the influence you make are more important indicators of success than money alone. A heart that beats with purpose and a mind that has been honed by truth are impervious to the powers of deceit and corruption, even if they may circle around you. Your job carries a great deal of responsibility, and the road ahead calls for more than simply ambition. It calls for an unshakable dedication to keeping on course. Moments of uncertainty, obstacles that try your fortitude, and choices that make you pick between right and easy will all occur. However, this is what sets the selected apart from the others. You demonstrate that genuine leadership is based on integrity and vision by rising above pressure instead of faltering. Your moral compass is the lighthouse that will lead you and others toward a future worth fighting for in a world that is in dire need of authenticity. The world's wealthiest and most influential people are suddenly taking notice and want to join. They see something in you that they cannot duplicate: vision, genuineness, and the capacity to ignite movements that money cannot buy. They are no longer happy to observe from the sidelines. Instead, they are coming forward, ready to support your vision and join your irresistible momentum. However, they provide much more than just financial support. They provide access to exclusive networks, influence, and the approval that comes with having their name associated with yours. But underneath the surface of their kind offers, there's a larger question. Are they really interested in your idea, or are they just trying to take advantage of it? Innovation has always been followed by money, but this time it's different. Not only are the world's richest people investing in your ideas, but they are also investing in you. They see your unwavering determination, your inability to make concessions, and the unadulterated sincerity that captivates others to your cause. They understand that in a world that is changing quickly, and where influence and trust are the new currency, partnering with you is not simply a money opportunity, but also a strategic imperative. They are aware that having you gives them credibility, something their billions cannot purchase. However, their attention also brings with it a new difficulty, striking a careful balance between preserving your independence and embracing their resources. Their offer's real worth lies in positioning, power, and accountability rather than money. There is an implicit expectation that goes along with their support, one that should be carefully considered. Will their support help you achieve your goals, or will it tie you to theirs? Every choice you make at this pivotal time will affect how your legacy develops in the future. You have to choose between those who really support your purpose and those who are just trying to follow you. The world is watching how you use the power that is in your hands. Post a statement along the lines of, "I sit with kings but serve no master," if you are certain that your vision is superior than any offer. Let us now pause for a minute to celebrate those who have been selected. Cheers to the people who have a different perspective on the world. The quiet protectors, the watchful spirits who are always alert and on guard. They wouldn't have it any other way, and they don't fit the mold. They create their own pathways, waging invisible wars and shedding light on the dark places while others follow well-known ones. It's okay if it's not for everyone, but you'll know something is for you if you sense it in your soul. The truth, without disguise or pretense. Here is the Obsidian Inner Order, a community of like-minded individuals who come together to exchange knowledge, bond, and change. More than 450 people who are bound together by purpose rather than conformity. You know where to find us if you're ready. The description contains the URL. If not, that's okay too, since we're constantly here, keeping an eye on things and changing things in ways that aren't visible. Cheers to those that follow their own path because it is who they are, not for attention. Cheers to you. Thank you. Not everyone is rejoicing in your ascent. There are those who see you as a threat because you are, for every lover and supporter. Their comfort is tested by your presence, and their neatly crafted worlds are upended by your vision. Their flaws are exposed by your velocity. They are afraid of you not just because of what you have done, but also because of what you stand for: change. Those who have relied on trickery and antiquated processes to gain their power are aware that your success might destroy all they have fought so hard to control. They retaliate by using strategic resistance, subtly sabotaging, and whispering doubt in an effort to slow you down rather than confronting you directly. You've confronted darkness before, and you've come out stronger each time. The strategies used against you are not new, whether they include smearing your reputation, excluding you from important chances, or sowing mistrust in your inner group. They are the foreseeable reactions of people who worry about becoming obsolete in the face of genuine innovation. They don't understand, nevertheless, that you may prosper under hardship. Every challenge they put in your way simply makes you more determined and focused. You have repeatedly shown that no power can defeat someone with a goal by transforming obstacles into chances and losses into stepping stones. They are most afraid of your constancy. They are aware that movements lose steam, rivals falter, and trends wane, but not you. You possess an unwavering core, a vision that is unaffected by external factors, and a perseverance that weakens even the most difficult adversaries. Your strength is shown by their fear. Even if they could try to discredit you, the fact is that they can only postpone you. They cannot stop you. Additionally, it becomes increasingly clear that you are headed in the correct direction the more they fight. How will you keep using their fear as motivation for your next move then? A magnificent vision cannot be achieved on its own. The requirement for a team that not only supports, but also amplifies your objective increases as your influence rises. You will either be gently pulled off course or propelled ahead by the people you surround yourself with. You can't afford to let the wrong people into your circle because the risks are too high. Your goal requires people who are not just capable, but also on the same page, People who see the importance of your vision and are prepared to defend it with precision and unflinching dedication. It is now essential to create the proper inner circle in a world full of opportunists with covert ambitions. People that provide more than simply talents should be on your core team. The same desire, the same passion, and the same unwillingness to accept mediocrity must be carried by them. These are the people who will protect your vision from outside distractions, who will tell the truth when others flatter you, and who will remain firm under pressure. However, judgment is essential. An ally is not always someone who gives assistance. Some arrive with ulterior intentions, ready to join your movement without really advancing your cause. It is your duty to distinguish the sincere from the opportunistic so that each member of your circle builds upon, rather than undermines, your foundation. Execution is crucial, but so is protection. Your staff must serve as both a filter and a shield when power brokers move about and new chances present themselves, letting in just that which supports your long-term objectives and keeping out distractions that might impede your success. Who you trust with your vision is just as important to your success as what you accomplish. The perfect team becomes an extension of your strengths, increasing your influence and making sure your purpose is accomplished to a level that is beyond your capabilities. Are you prepared to create an inner circle that endures? A double-edged sword is influence. As your name circulates among influential people, the flood of chances, attention, and viewpoints will try to distract you from your actual mission. The world will expect you to answer every call, but your capacity to maintain concentration in the face of turmoil is what really gives you power. Your best weapon becomes strategic quiet. You can keep control of your story instead of letting it dominate you by knowing when to talk and when to keep quiet. Distraction is the go-to tactic for those who want to stop you, yet staying focused guarantees that every action you do advances your greater goal. The discipline to put what really important first must be used to resist the want to seize every chance, because unintended impact only results in dilution. Influence, according to true leaders, is not about being everywhere at once, but rather about arriving precisely, making thoughtful decisions, and making sure your energy is used effectively. As your influence grows, the noise will become louder, but your legacy will depend on your capacity to distinguish between what advances your objective and what detracts from it. Power comes from determining which conflicts are worthwhile and which diversions should be avoided, not from responding to every obstacle. You may exert influence without losing yourself if you can learn to strike this equilibrium. The world will constantly attempt to mold you, but the issue still stands. Will you maintain your concentration and mold the world instead? Although it is a tool, wealth is not the end goal. You realize that your goal is much bigger than monetary accomplishment, while others strive for prestige, honors, and statistics. Although money may be used to construct, grow, and execute projects, it does not determine the effect you are trying to make. Your mission penetrates into the hearts and minds of individuals who yearn for something more profound, something that cannot be bought or sold, and goes beyond financial measurements. The reason the world is watching is not what you own, but rather what you stand for. You are demonstrating that real success is determined by the impact you have on others, not simply by the numbers in your account, at a time when influence is sometimes confused with legacy. Your goal is to create something that endures and has an impact that lasts beyond your lifetime. The world's wealthiest individuals may invest in companies, but only a select handful have the ability to spark movements that reshape sectors and change society. You are among the select few. Creating long-lasting change, resolving pressing issues, and leaving a legacy that future generations may follow are more important goals of this trip than just amassing cash. True visionaries have never been sustained by money alone. What sets you apart from the others is your unrelenting search for significance, influence, or anything that resonates over time. How much you give is more important than how much you have. One day you'll see that everything you've created so far is only the beginning. There are unmistakable indicators. Doors are opening, possibilities are abounding, and you may now have the effect you always imagined. But going beyond your present horizon calls for more than simply desire. It also calls for planning, vision, and a readiness to change. The world is changing quickly, and now more than ever, you have a crucial role to play in determining its destiny. You must be willing to take on new tasks, create new partnerships, and reach further if you want to increase your impact. Growth is now expected, not a choice, and how bravely you take the next step will determine how much weight your legacy will carry. Expanding is just one aspect of scaling, another is increasing your influence. It's about honing your vision, fortifying your base, and making sure that what you've created is resilient to hardship and the passage of time. The terrain of the future will need creativity, flexibility, and an unwavering dedication to quality. The extent of your impact will depend on your ability to remain ahead of the curve as power circles continue to pay attention. Now is the time to establish yourself as a force, not simply a leader, one that will inspire generations, disrupt industries, and reshape conventions long after your name is first spoken in the corridors of power. The issue now is whether the world is prepared for what's coming next, not whether you're ready. The result is predetermined. You always prevail, regardless of how strong the resistance is, how persistent the difficulties are, or how sinister the forces are at work. Your steadfast faith in your goal and your skills are what make you strong. Adversity may cause some to fail, but you flourish in it. You have encountered challenges meant to shatter you, yet here you are, unflappable, unbeaten, and more driven than ever. They undervalue the strength of constancy, fortitude, and divine purpose. Even if the world may disbelieve you and your foes may hatch schemes against you,